Hi guys, welcome. Happy Tuesday. It's soon to be 4th of July. Can't believe it's already July, but here we are. If you're new to class today, my name is Corey. I'm a physical therapist with UCSD, and today I have Leslie with me. She's an occupational therapist with UCSD, and we are here to exercise with you. So again, if you're new to class, please be somewhere that you are safe to exercise. Today's focus is cardio, so getting some aerobic activity in, getting our heart rate up, and then also balance. So if we're working on balance, you might need to be near a wall, have a chair nearby, something that you can touch to stabilize yourself. If you are unable to stand or prefer to just have some seated options for whatever reason, Leslie will be doing the exercises that we're doing today in a seated option because everything can be modified to that sitting position if needed. But yeah, having a chair or something nearby. Other than that, don't need any other equipment or anything like that. Just to give you a heads up for our aerobic portion or our cardio portion, we're going to be doing intervals of 1 minute and then 30 seconds. But on that second 30 seconds, which could be a rest, a true rest if you need it, we're going to be marching or doing a power step. So it's going to be more of like an active recovery. So I just encourage you to slow down a little bit. But if you really do need to rest, then just stop and catch your breath for that 30 seconds, okay? So again, pretty straightforward. I'll walk us through the different exercises as we're going. And the idea is that we're going to get our heart rate up a little bit today, hopefully. So have your water nearby, again, someplace to rest. I'm just pulling up my timer so we can keep our intervals going. Okay, so the first exercise you're going to do is the power up. So you're going to be reaching forward and coming up. I might want to scoot over a little. I can scoot over. Okay, and we're going to do this for a whole minute. So you need to pick a pace that you can tolerate and maintain for that whole minute. So it might be just keeping up with Leslie and I. It might be going a little bit faster. It might be going a little slower. So you get to pick the pace. No, you're going for a minute. Halfway through. Good. Catch your breath, and you can march in place. If you have the space, you can actually move if you want to, or if you need a break, go ahead and take 30 seconds of a rest. We're going to try to keep moving through this whole section. Let your arms move. Get loosened up. All right, we're going to move into a power rock. So wide base of support, rocking, reaching. Same thing, we're going to try to keep this up for a whole minute. Halfway through. Make sure your motions are nice and big. You're not just moving fast, but you're moving big. All right, now we're going to do a power step. So you're stepping out and back with that reach. So again, this is our 30-second active rest. If you need to rest truly, then just pause and we'll tell you when we get to the next one. All right, now we're gonna move into some punches with some kicks. So I'm trying to tap my heel, lean back a little bit, and punch forward. Again, we're gonna keep this up for a minute. Halfway through, got 30 more seconds. All right, take a rest and march. And even if you are still marching, but you need to slow down a little bit, then slow down a little bit. That's totally fine too. All right, next, we're gonna punch high and we're gonna punch low or mid, but you're stepping out every time. Just to the one side. We get some coordination in with our cardio. Halfway through. Okay, take a rest and we're gonna move into our power step. So that out and back. You got a 30-second active recovery or 30-second break, whatever you choose. All right, now we're gonna punch high and punch low on the opposite side. Hopefully you can feel your heart rate is up, you're breathing a little heavier. If not, try to move a little faster. Halfway through. All right, take a rest break or march. All right, we're gonna move into jump roping. So you're imagining you're jump roping. If that's too hard, I want you to just do heel raises. try to time it with that little rotation like you would if you had a jump rope, okay? So you pick your pace. And we got a whole minute. Halfway through. All right, active recovery. We're gonna power step or full rest break. All right, now we're gonna power twist, arms out, rotate, open, twist. Remember to bring your arm around to the other side, not the back arm forward. Halfway through. All right, rest or march. Yeah, one more exercise after this. We'll be done with our cardio. All right, we're gonna reach over our head. Make sure you're kind of shifting your weight into your hips so you get that stretch. Halfway through. All right. Take a true rest. Good job. So that was about 11 minutes of cardio, which is good. So the research says 10 minutes of aerobic activity is beneficial for all populations. 20 minutes is the recommendations all day, most days of the week, okay? So again, you already hit part of your recommendations for the day, so that's good. Okay, next we're gonna move into our balance. So again, I want you near a wall or a chair in case you need to. And we're gonna start with just bringing those feet together. And when those feet are together, let's practice turning your head left and right 10 times. So just turning, holding your balance, and back to the other side. And we'll work on your neck range of motion while we're balancing. If you're losing your balance or you're feeling unsteady, long as you're not falling over, kind of work with it. If you need to put your finger on a chair or a wall, you can do that too to help steady yourself. So you don't want to be completely steady or we won't make your balance any better. Last one. Okay, good. Take a little rest break. Make sure that you're not dizzy. Sometimes that can throw you off as well. Take a couple deep breaths. Okay, we're going to bring those feet back together again, as close as you can, especially if your knees or your hips kind of impact that, but just as close as you can get them together. And then we're going to do head up and down this time. So looking all the way up and then looking down to the floor. Again, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good job. Again, we'll give you a second. Hopefully it doesn't make you too dizzy, but give you a second for your head to recalibrate, get your balance. Take a couple deep breaths. Okay, we're gonna go back to that feet together position. And this time I want you to try to stand there with your eyes closed. So you're just gonna stand in that static position and we're gonna try to hold it or maintain that for 30 seconds. You can put your hands across your chest, hands on your hips, wherever is comfortable to challenge your balance, okay? So when you're ready, close your eyes. If you feel like you need to touch something, then please do that so you don't fall over. Okay, you can open your eyes, kind of assess how you did. A little bit of sway is normal, so a little bit of that movement. If you're having a lot of sway and you're really falling over, unable to maintain your balance, then that might be something that you want to work on. Okay, now let's try keeping those feet together, keeping those eyes closed. But this time, so if you were able to maintain your balance while keeping your eyes closed, then I want you to progress to head moving with your eyes closed. If just having your eyes closed was really difficult, then I want you to also progress to the combination of the two, but I want you to maybe put a finger on your stationary surface to kind of help you get through your balance. Or you can bring your feet apart a little bit, eyes closed, work on those head movements and see if you're able to be successful with that variation, okay? So again, feet together. We're gonna close our eyes, get stationary, and then we're gonna try moving our head slowly to the left and the right 10 times. Okay, so hopefully after you did your 10, you're now opened your eyes and you're still upright. Again, check in with yourself, see how you did with that. If you were falling over or you had to repeatedly open your eyes, that might be something you want to work on every day to get better at. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I don't often close my eyes and turn my head and try to balance, but oftentimes in the shower, that's where you'll notice this one making a difference, especially if you're standing and showering or even sitting and showering. It can help you feel more comfortable doing those things. Okay, last one for this series. So eyes closed again, feet together, and you're gonna move your head up and down, trying to maintain your balance. We'll do that 10 times at your own pace, and then open back up and progress from there. Okay, here we go. Head up and down. Okay, once you did your 10, you can open your eyes. Again, give yourself a second, kind of recalibrate and get your balance again. Okay, so moving along, now we're gonna try to do that heel toe walk, um, where you're kind of walking the tightrope, putting your heel directly in front of your toe and walking forward. This can be pretty challenging for a lot of people. So you can see Leslie is just kind of switching if you're sitting. If you're standing and trying it, again, next to your wall or countertop or your chair, just kind of taking a couple steps forward and then you can turn around. Your balance is really good. You can try to do it backwards. But what I want you to focus on is trying to get those heels and toes together. If you can't do that, you can bring your foot out to the side a little bit, give yourself a little bit of space, or give yourself a little bit of space in between your heels and your toes, okay? Kind of keep at your own pace. See if you're looking down at the ground and you're doing really well, see if you can bring your head up instead of staring down at the ground. You have your arms like this. See if you can bring them in and still maintain that balance. If it's really hard to walk, you can practice just standing like that and maintaining that balance. We're going to do one more length. The goal for that, if you're trying to really improve your balance, would be about 10 steps in a row without losing your balance, falling over. Okay, take a break from that one. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay into that tandem. We call that tandem. So that position with the heel touching the toe. Again, if that's too hard for you to stand and maintain your balance like that, give yourself a little bit of space, either out in front, directly in front like so, or again, out in front and a little to the side. If that's still challenging, you can bring them in and just have your feet kind of staggered instead of that full heel toe. Okay, so pick a side, one foot behind the other. I'll go this way. Okay, and you're gonna do some reaching while we're in this position. So you're gonna try to reach forward and then back and then out to the side and back. Now, if you're doing this and you're just reaching, that's fine if that's already challenging for your balance. But if you wanna add an extra layer, you can turn your head and look out while you're reaching. That's gonna make it a little bit harder to balance. And use your support with your finger or your whole hand if this is too hard for you. 3 more. Last one. Lost my balance. Okay. Take a break. Kind of, again, give your feet a little time to recuperate, your brain a little time to recuperate. And then now we're going to move the opposite foot in the back. So whichever one you had, we're going to switch those feet. And then we're going to switch with the opposite arm doing the reaches. Okay. So again, forward, bring it back, and then out to the side. All right, good. That was 10. Okay, take a break. All right, next thing we're gonna try is we're going to try to do, again, some reaching with some stepping though this time. So you're gonna be trying to maintain your balance while reaching, while stepping. So I want you to work on keeping your palm open. What's the motion again? Oh yeah. Okay, so we're starting at your opposite hip and you're trying to come up and around and over, okay? But while you're doing that, so again, here, up and around, if that seems easy to you, I want you to try to add a backward step while you're reaching. And then you come back. Again, open up nice and big, backward step, and bring it together. Okay? So we'll try 10 on one side, and then we'll switch and try 10 on the other. Opposite, up, good. 2. Again, stabilize with that opposite hand if this is challenging. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. All right, we'll pause a second and then we're going to do it on the other side. So same idea, opposite hip, big, reach and step back. 1, 2, you might feel a different side to side. 3, depending on your mobility. 4, and your balance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. All right. Give yourself a brief second of rest. Okay. Now we're going to move to marching. This time as you're marching, I want you to go slower. So it's not like our fast marches. It's more of a slow march, working on your balance. And if you can, I want you to try to reach up high with the opposite hand, okay, or opposite arm. So you're moving slow, maintaining your balance with a reach. If that's too hard, again, having the chair in front of you or even to the side of you so you can kind of touch something as you're alternating through your feet. If it's still too difficult with the combination of the activities, then just take the reach away, just work on maybe the marches, and then maybe switch halfway through. We're gonna try to do 20 of these, okay? Okay, here we go. So reach, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Okay, so we're kind of progressing along with how difficult our balance challenges are getting. The next one is you're going to try to stand on one leg. While you're standing on one leg, we're going to try to, what was this one? You hear and down, right? Okay, so you're gonna be reaching up like you're grabbing something above your head, you're pulling it down and throwing it away, okay? But the challenging part, as you just saw, is we're gonna try to do this on one leg. If you already have difficulty standing and maintaining your balance on one leg, then you're going to try to do a kickstand. So I'm just putting my other foot still down, but most of my weight is on the other side. If that's still too challenging to you, then you can go back to just your feet together, or you could also go back to that tandem stance, whatever modification you were doing there. But hopefully you can get just some weight kind of shifted over onto one side to really challenge that balance, okay? I'm gonna try to do it on one leg. Wish me luck. You can also stabilize with your opposite hand while we're reaching and pulling, okay? All right, here we go. We'll try to do 10. Reach and throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was hard. Shake your legs out, or leg, if you were just standing on one. All right, and then we're gonna switch sides and try the same thing on the other side. And again, if you are doing one leg, don't be surprised if one's a little bit better than the other. It's usually the case. Okay, here we go. Reach, throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Okay, we're gonna shake out the legs, give them a little break. We're gonna finish with one more balance exercise and then do some stretching. Okay, so we're gonna stay kind of with the one-legged theme, and I want you to practice just tapping that toe straight out in front of you. You'll come back to the center. You'll try to tap it out to the side, come back to center, and then back, okay? So you're gonna try to maintain that, and let's do 6 rounds, and then we'll switch sides. So all 3 directions is 1. Okay, so forward, center, back, 1, forward, center, back, 2, forward, center, back, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, shake it out. And then we're gonna finish on the other side. So switch your legs. We got 6 more each. All 3 is 1. Forward, out, back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Great job. So again, focused on aerobic exercise and balance. And now I just want to take a little time and do some stretching. So if you are standing, you can stay standing. If you're sitting with Leslie, you can stay sitting. First, I want to stretch those hamstrings. So I want you to kick one leg out in front of you, and then you're going to lean forward. Try to keep that knee straight if you can. Hinge at the waist. We're going to try to hold this for 30 seconds. Feel a stretch kind of back behind the knee, up through the back of the leg. Okay, and then we're gonna switch sides. So kick the other leg out. My other knee is bent when I'm standing, and then I'm hinging forward. This here. You can also reach down to your toe if you'd like. Good. You can stand on up. Next one. If you are sitting, you're gonna kind of come to the side of your chair, and you're gonna, so go out the side, and then you're gonna drop your, nope. We're gonna try to stretch the front. Yeah, there you go. So if you're standing, you can kind of hang here, or if you're sitting, even if you can't quite grab your other leg, if you even just get it down into that position from your chair, that's helpful. For these, I like to time myself because I find that I count faster and then I don't actually hold the stretch as long as I should. Okay, good. And then we'll switch sides. Get into position. There we go. And holding onto a chair if you need to on that other side, or just working on your balance a little more. Okay, good. Okay, next, you can do this again in sitting or standing. It might be a little bit easier if you're sitting to do this one, but we're gonna try to stretch our hips. So I'm gonna do this figure 4 here, bringing it up and across, but this does take some balance. So if you can, or you have that chair nearby, do it in sitting. We're gonna stretch our hips. You kind of lean down, lean into it, again, holding this for 30 seconds. really good to be able to put your shoes and socks on, get yourself dressed, keep those hips nice and limbered up. Okay, we'll switch sides and kind of shake it out. Switch, grab that other one, and hold. Okay, come out of that one. Next one, we're gonna switch and kind of work on stretching out our chest. So you're gonna reach behind you and kind of pull backwards. Or you can pull the chair if you're sitting. Again, we're gonna hold this, gonna open our chest for 30 seconds. Okay. All right, last set. So you're gonna reach up over your head, try to grab under your elbow if you can. Careful if you have shoulder pain or issues. So we're just trying to stretch underneath our shoulders. Again, good mobility to have for dressing, bathing, washing your back, those types of things. Okay, shake it out, and then we'll switch sides. All right, go ahead and shake out your arms. And we did it. That's all we had planned for you guys today. There we go. Good to see everyone.